Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another Midgard Heroic Battles Battle Report. Today, the Republican Romans, will be taking on the Gauls. It'll be taking place on this little battlefield here. Not too much cover, we've got some forest and hills on the edges, and this one little mountainous area in the middle. Gauls will be on that side. Romans will be on this side. The Gauls are the attackers. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the forces. And here we have 300 points of Gauls. We have 3 contingents. Starting over here, we have our army commander. He is a level 3. He has the Fated and I Foretell Mighty Deeds traits. His contingent consists of 2 units of nobles. They're heavy infantry with missiles. They have impetus and spears as tribute traits. And then also with his contingent we have 2 units of javelin throwers. They are skirmishers, light infantry with agile and evade. On to the next one. For the second contingent, a level 3 war leader. He has battle smiter. Oh wait, no. He is with me, and today we fight, we win. He has a contingent of 2 units of fanatics. They are heavy infantry with missiles, armor 2. They have the aura of dread, fearsome, and impetus rules traits. And then there is a unit of tribesmen. They are heavy infantry with missiles, armor 2. They have the impetus rules. And then they also have a unit of javelin throwers. And for the last contingent, another level 3 war leader. He has battle smiter, proud, and he is mounted. He is leading a contingent of war dogs. These are a horde unit with relentless and impetus, armor 2. And then lastly, a unit of chariots, light riders, noble riders, and light chariots, armor 3, countercharge, disengage, and evade. And that is 300 points of Gauls with 8 reputation. Alright, let's take a look at the Romans. And this is 300 points of Republican Romans with 8 reputation points. We have our level 3 army commander. He has hold fast and inspiring. He is leading a unit of 2 legionnaires. They are heavy infantry warriors with missiles. They are drilled. They have replacements, spears as tribute, and steadfast. And then we have a unit of slingers, skirmisher shooters with agile and evade. And lastly, a ballista. This is a monstrosity artillery piece. Aloof, blast, fixed, hell's breath, reluctant, and slow. Moving on, we have a level 2 leader, mounted. He is with me with his traits, and he is being led by a unit of slingers and 2 units of Germanic cavalry. They are heavy riders, class is medium cavalry, armor 3. They have countercharge and disengage. And then for my last contingent, a level 3 centurion with a unit of slingers and 2 more units of legionnaires. So, with that, let's go ahead and deploy our armies and begin the battle. Alrighty, we have deployed our forces. The Gauls we have the 2 units of nobles on his right flank with 2 javelin throwers in the front. Second contingent, the fanatics in the middle with some more javelin throwers. And on the third, we have the chariots, the war dogs, and the tribesmen on the left flank. And then over here on the Roman side, we have 2 legionnaires in the middle with the ballista and the slingers. Looking down the center of the field on the left flank, we have 2 units of legionnaires and some more slingers with my centurion. And then on the right flank, we have the Germanic cavalry with some more slingers and my other centurion. So, with that, we will now roll 2d6 to see if some duels will be had. That's an 8 for me and 9 for you. Do you wish to challenge me to a duel?
I do.
All right. Bringing out level 3. I will do... I'm going to do my level 2 centurion. So with that, let's go ahead and do our first round of combat. So, my level 2 centurion, he has 2 combat dice. I'm going to go ahead and spend my 2 mighty deeds to add an additional dice. And then, any other benefits? No. So that's 4 for me, and then for you, have you spent off all your mighty deeds?
Correct. I'll spend my 3 combat dice, an extra for my ability.
Battle Smiter?
Battle Smiter.
All right,
and
total of 7?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right. And then we roll. This might have been a bad idea. I got 1 hit. We were both charging, so that's reroll 1s. Nothing to me, just 1. Ouch. Oh no. Okay. So 2 for you, 1 for me. So I lost that first round, so I'll take 1 stamina, bring me down to 2. No, bring me down to 1. Yep. Down to 1 stamina. And then we go to round 2 combat. No more mighty deeds. Nothing for me. 1 for you. And that's a loss. So I lose another stamina. That's already me down. I lose the duel. That was a big mistake. I should have went with my other centurion. That's gonna hurt. All right. And then reputation. So I immediately lose 2 reputation. Bring me down to 6. And then you gain. I think you gain 2 reputation. I will double check that, but I think he gains 2 reputation off the rip. So, with that, he goes back to his lines, and the battle will commence. And at the end of first turn, everybody moved. There was no combat or shooting involved. So, for the Gauls, they just pushed forward across the line. On the flank, the chariots moved up a little bit with the tribesmen. They were a little more cautious on their advance, while the Romans also moved forward steadily. And then my right flank, one of my Germanic cavalry pushed forward while the other one lagged behind a little bit. So with that, we now go to turn 2. Alrighty, turn 2, end of Gaul movement phase. They've just pushed forward across the line. So now we will go into shooting. Starting over here with the javelin throwers. They're going to throw into my slingers. So what do we got? 4 dice. Or 5.
I believe you're correct. I believe it's only 4. Yes, it is only
Alright.
4.
4 dice into my skirmishers. Got just 1 hit. Not enough for stamina, but will be a command test. Which I failed. I'm going to spin a mighty deed. So they don't retreat. And I failed again. Ouch. Okay. So they will immediately fall back. And there they are after retreating. My legionnaires have steadfast, so they didn't have to roll a command test for being retreated into. So that puts these guys out of range. So we'll just continue on. Well, you can shoot half of them, I think. Yeah, they're basically, you can shoot half into my other slingers. Okay. You got 1 hit. All right. Command test. Another failure. All right. That's part of this contingent, so.
Bad day for the Roman slinger.
Seems like it. All right, they hold. And then we continue on to these javelins. 4 more into the slingers. Getting 1 more hit. Another command test. Another, oh my goodness. All right, another mighty deed.
Glory to the kingdom of Gaul.
And they pass. They will hold. All right. And then moving on to the chariots, firing into my Germanic cavalry. How many shots they got?
4.
4 shots.
Plus my ruler, who has...
Plus
1.
the attached leader for 1, so 5 shots. They are armor 3. So just 2 shots. All right, not enough to penetrate, but we'll do a command test. And I can't do any rerolls. Okay, they will hold. All right, and then with that, we go to defender movement phase. All right, we have maneuvered. Over here on the left flank, these guys held forward. My slingers pushed to the left to let my legionaries push forward. And they charged into the javelin throwers. These slingers over here pushed to the left as well to clear line of sight for the ballista. And then these legionaries push forward, charging into these javelins over here. And then on the right flank, my Germanic cavalry charged into the chariots. And then my slingers push forward as well to do some shooting over there. So, let's do some shooting. We got these javelin throwers are in range of the, actually, no, they're not in range. They are in range, but they can't shoot because they are engaged. So, we just go over here to these slingers, which are in the kill zone for those. So this will be 6 shots into the tribesmen. And that is just 2. They got armor 2? I think they do.
They are tribesmen, correct?
Yep.
They have armor 2.
Armor 2. Alright, so they will take 1 stamina point. And then command test to see if they fall back. Three will let them hold. Alright. With that, shooting is done. We go into combat phase. Were your chariots countercharging?
Yes.
Alright, command test. Pass. Alright. So that, let's go into combat. Alright, start of combat. We're going to start over here with these legionnaires into the javelins. So it's 10 attacks plus 2 with spears of tribute for a total of 12. And we got 3 and then re-rolling for charged. For nothing, just 3. And then they do have some support saves. They got quite a few support saves here. So actually. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 support saves. And they block 1. So they won't take any damage, but we'll see if they lose the fight. So taking 2 damage or 2 hits, and then they will swing back. How many attacks they get?
They are 8.
8, not bad. And they get 3. 3 here. I do get 1. What's the range of the Aura of Dread? Is it engaged units?
Enemy cannot use support saves from friendly units in melee combat.
Okay,
Sure.
so they have to be engaged.
Yes.
Okay, so I do get 1 support save for the skirmishers, which doesn't help. All right, so they hold. I lose that combat, unfortunately, taking 1 point of stamina, bringing me down to 3, and then I will retreat. Have a spear throw into the javelin throwers. They'll pass their command test. So that was kind of a failure. Do you wish to pursue?
I do.
Alright, so they will pursue. Keeping into base contact. They are winning. And then we will move on to this combat. Alright, on this side, 12 attacks into the javelins. Spears of Tribute breaking into 12. Re-rolling 1s. Terrible roll. Once again, just 3 hits on them, and then they will get 4d6 for support saves. Blocking 1. Bring it down to 2 again. No damage to the javelin. And then they'll strike back with 8 attacks. Oh, goodness. Getting 4? 5? 5, okay. I will get 2 support saves from the Legionnaires there. Nothing. So I will take just 1 stamina point of damage. And they will fall back. These guys will not have to make a command test with Steadfast. And then we'll move on to the right flank. Alright, last combat for the round. My Germanic Cavalry into the Chariots. So 10 attacks. He countercharged. 3 additional attacks with the leader. And then he spent a Mighty Deed to add an additional attack. So both getting reroll 1s. Germanic Cavalry. 4 so far. Got 3 1s. There we go, for a total of 5 on me. And for the Chariots, what do we got here? 3, 4, 1, 1. For another 6, for an additional 5. I have 2 units for support, for a total of 3 support saves. Blocking 1, that'll take yours to 4. And then I think you're just out of range. Yep, so they're just out of range, so I won the combat, but we both took 1 point of stamina. Your armor 3, right? Alright, I'm down to 2, and then 2 stamina left on the Germanic Cavalry, and then they will retreat. I will disengage after his retreat. Alright, and there's the Chariots that fell back. I did not pursue with my Germanic Cavalry. That was the end of my combat. We then go into the shooting phase, starting with the defender. So we will start with the ballista, firing into these fanatics. Those would be 6 dice. For 2 hits, they are armor 2, correct?
They are armor 2.
Yep. Alright, so they'll take 1 point of stamina, and then you will have to roll 2d6 for your command test for Hell's Breath. Passing that. They won't have to retreat, but they do take 1 point of stamina. And then we move on over here. My Germanic cavalry will fire their javelins into the chariots. 2 hits, not enough to damage them, but they will have to make another command test. Just 1. They pass. All right. And then we will move on to attackers shooting. And the only shooting for the Gauls are these tribesmen into my slingers. Oof. That's 4. That will put a point of stamina on the slingers. And a command test, which they fail. They will fall back. Half a spear throw. And then we will go to turn 3. Alrighty, end of movement phase for the attackers, the Gauls. These javelin throwers charge into my slingers. I failed my evade test, even with a mighty deed. These guys are engaged. These guys are engaged. Fanatics maneuvered out of line of sight of the ballista. These Gauls moved over and then charged my legionnaires. And then on the left flank, the chariots charged into my cavalry. I countercharged. These guys failed their movement test to charge, and they were out of range of the the army commander or the hero to reroll with a mighty deed. So with that, we now go to no skirmisher shots. They're all tied up. So with that, we will go into combat starting down here. All right, javelins into the slingers. They are charging, so they get to reroll 1s. And we got 3 hits, 2 1s to reroll. 1 additional hit for a total of 4. And then slingers, just 1. I get 2 support saves for the legionnaires. Nothing. You get 1. No, they're engaged. No support saves for them, but they have armor 2 in close combat and only stamina 2, so that will wipe out the slingers, bringing me down another reputation point, down to 5. And that is the first unit wipe of the game.
First blood.
And then with that, we will move on to the next combat. Alright, over here, javelins, 8 shots, or 8 attacks. Rerolling 1s. Got 2 hits and a 1. Reroll. Also hit for 3. And then 10 attacks for me. That's better. Just 5. They are armor 3, right? Mm-hmm. You will get 46 support saves. Nothing. I will get 1 support save, which will knock 1 out, bring it to 2. Good. Alright. So you take 1 point of stamina. I don't take any stamina because I'm armor 3. That support save helped me out there. And then the javelins will retreat. And then these guys will be retreating into the nobles and having to make a command test or take a... Alright, they hold, so they won't take any stamina. And then these nobles have to do it as well. Also hold it. All right. And then we'll move on. All right, next combat over here. The fanatics are the primary attackers. The javelins will be secondary. So, re-rolling ones for the charge. 3 hits, plus an additional, total 4 hits, and then half of the javelins, which is 4, I think. For another one, for a total of 5 hits on the Legionnaires. No support saves because of Aura of Dread from the Fanatics. So we'll just do combat. 10 attacks. Just 1. That's sad. All those 4s. So 1 hit, so I will lose the combat and an additional stamina, bring me down to 2. And then they will retreat. Moving into they won't take any command tests because of steadfast. And then with that, we will move on to the cavalry. There they are after falling back. The fanatics pursued because they have to. And then over here, my Germanic cavalry countercharged the chariot charge. So we'll start with the chariots. Re-rolling ones. That's 3 hits so far. 3 ones. For 3 more additional. You were rolling high tonight. Wow. All right, 6 for them. Germanic cavalry. Ooh, okay, that was a good roll for me too. That's 7.
Ooh.
Plus 1 re-roll. Oh, just 7. So I do win the combat. You're
spent mighty deeds to increase my dice.
could have. You're what? Armor 3 for the chariots.
Yes.
I am armor 3 as well. I do get 2 supports or 3 support saves. Ooh, taking away 3 of the hits. So I'll just take 1 stamina point of damage, leave me on 1. You'll take 2, which I think wipes them out, right?
Wiped.
How many reputation was that?
That is 2.
All right, you'll lose 2 down to 8. I'll take it. He will fall back. Half a spear throw. I'll take that victory. And then with that is the end of the Gauls combat phase. We will then go to Roman movement. Alrighty, we have ended our movement for the Romans. These guys charged the slinger or the javelin throwers, which then evaded. My centurion attached to that unit as well. This unit over here charged into these javelins. These guys are engaged. These shifted over to the left, blocking my ballista, which I then just shifted over to point out at these fanatics in case they destroy the Romans, this legionary unit. And then over here, my Romans shifted over here to face the tribesmen, while these Germanic cavalry charged into the hero. So with that, we will go into my shooting for my skirmishers, which is just this unit here, firing into the javelins. So 6 dice. And that is 3 hits. So the javelins will take 1 point of stamina and a command test, which they hold. So just taking 1 point of stamina, and then with that we go into combat. Alright, first up, these legionnaires into the javelins. 10 attacks. Re-rolling ones. Just 2 hits. 2 ones. There we go, got 1. And then they will get 4d6 support saves. Just needing the 5 there. Got 1. That'll do that. That'll take that away. And then they will hit back with 8 attacks. Getting 3 hits. That is enough. I am in within 1d6 support save. No. So that'll be 1 point of stamina down on the Legionnaires. They lose the battle again. And then they will fall back. Have a spear throw into the javelins, or the slingers. Command test. Failed. Spend a mighty deed to reroll. Oh! They will take a point of stamina. That's unfortunate. So they will fall back. Do your javelins pursue, or are they going to hold?
They will pursue.
All right. And that's where they ended up. And then we move on to this fight here. The Fanatics are still winning against these Legionnaires. So 11 attacks. Rerolling 1s. That's a lot. 4. Alright, and then 2 1s to reroll. Nothing. Alright, no support saves because of the fear trait, or the aura of dread. And then 10 attacks back. Actually, no, 5 attacks because I am down to half my stamina. For nothing. So I will take 1 more point of stamina, bring me down to 1, and then I have to retreat, and if I fail, they will break. And that's a 2. Spend a mighty deed to reroll. And there we go. They will hold, just retreating half. Spirit throw. Alright, moving on. Alright, the Fanatics had to pursue, so they're still keeping up on those Legionnaires. And then we move over here to my Germanic Cavalry into his hero. So 10 attacks. Just 1. Rerolling the 1s for the charge. Nothing, just the 1. Alright, then he'll swing back. Nothing. You'll lose, so you'll retreat. Half a spear throw. I'm going to pursue. That way you don't run away. And then with that, we go to the shooting phase. Alright, shooting phase, starting with the defender. These Legionnaires will throw some pilums into the javelins. Just half. Got 2. They are armor 3 though, so just a command point, or command test, which they pass. Alright, and then over here, my Germanic Cavalry into the tribesmen. 5 attacks. They are in the kill zone. Just 2, which is their armor 2, I believe.
They are armor 2.
Alright, so they'll take another point, bring them down to 2, and then a command test. They will hold. Alright, and then we go to Gauls shooting. And the only shooting for the Gauls are these tribesmen here, back into my Germanic Cavalry. 3 dice. Just 1. Alright, command test, which they hold. Alright, and then with that we go to the next turn. Alright, we have finished the Gauls movement. These guys rotated and charged into my Legionnaires. These guys rotated and charged into my Legionnaires as well. These guys pushed forward behind them. Everything else kind of moved forward a little bit. These guys are still engaged. And then over here, these tribesmen charged into the Germanic Cavalry. So, with that, we go into combat. There's no skirmish firing for the Gauls. So, we will start over here. these javelins into my legionnaires. Attacks, rerolling ones. We got 2 hits, 3 ones to reroll. Nothing. Alright, and then I'm going to fight back. I'm going to... So I get 3 additional die with my hero, and then I'm going to spend all my mighty deeds to add 3 additional. Trying to finish off these javelins. Not bad. I think that'll do it. They're armor 3, so I got 2, and they only got 2 stamina, right?
Correct.
All right, so that will do it. They will get wiped out.
1 reputation.
You didn't do 3 damage to me, did you?
That's 3 5s.
Oh, you did? 3 5s? Okay. 1 support save, which I failed. So I will take 1 point of stamina. They will get wiped out, losing how much reputation?
1.
1 reputation. I'll take it. Alright, and then we'll move on to these guys. Alright, moving over here. Also, I failed my risk to hero, so he takes a wound. And then over here, these 2 javelins are attacking my legionnaires. They're both at half health, so they will be rolling. We'll just roll all 4 dice together. 2 hits. Rerolling that 1. Alright. And then 4 more. 2 more. And then rerolling that 1. Oh, for 3. I do have some support saves. So I got 2 for these guys and 1 for them. All 5s. Nothing. Jeez. Alright, and then they'll attack with 5. We'll just do these guys. For 2. Not enough to do it. Alright, they get wiped out, and I take 3 reputation. That brings me down from 5 down to 2 reputation. Not looking good for the Romans. Alright, and then we'll move on to this one. Alright, coming down to here. So these legionaries have 1 stamina point left. The fanatics are at full health. If they get enough, they only need 3 hits. I can't have any support rolls because of Aura of Dread. So they're 3 reputation, and I only have 2 left. So if these legionaries get wiped out, the game is unfortunately over for a sweeping Gaul victory. Alright, 11 attacks.
For all the cards.
And that'll do it. That's 3 there.
Yep.
Rerolling those 1s. Yeah, that's plenty. That's 5. 5 attacks back. I got 1. 1 point of stamina on them. But unfortunately, my legionaries get wiped out, losing another 3 reputation, bringing me down 2-0 for a Gallic victory.
Death to the invaders.
So with that, my Romans will fall back. My legate will head back to Rome in shame. Thanks for watching, guys.